We're back for the next article, but before I start that one, I wanted to show you a picture of Ellen Ochoa. I meant to do this in our last video and I forgot it, but this is a picture of Ellen Ochoa in her astronaut spacesuit. I just thought you might like to see that. Just a Google image. Okay, this article is about Pecos Bill, and it will start, with question 7. I think I said in the last video question 8, but this is questions 7 through 12. Pecos Bill. Bill grew up living with coyotes along the Pecos River in Texas. He learned how to communicate with them and how to hunt with them. But one day, around the time he turned 12, he had to accept the fact that he was human. After that, Bill moved into town to live with others of his kind. There, he got mixed up with some wild fellows and became a cowboy. It turned out that Bill was different. The older he got, the bigger, stronger, and tougher he got, to the point that he surpassed everyone else. He came to be known as Pecos Bill. It took a while, but Pecos Bill finally stopped missing his coyote family. Human company was even becoming almost tolerable. But there was one thing he couldn't abide, and that was all the talking. So Bill usually did not pay much attention to the conversation in his vicinity. He just ignored the people around him. One day, though, Pecos Bill did pay attention. He overheard something that caused his head to whip around. That lightning galloped by so fast he was breathing fire, a cowboy said. Whatever made us think we could catch that white horse? Pardon me for overhearing, Pecos Bill interrupted, but where might I find this lightning? Sounds like he and I would get along fine. Bill was headed for Powder River before the cowboy could finish his answer. Sure enough, before long, Pecos Bill saw the stallion gallop by, his hooves barely grazing the ground. Bill knew at once that this outstanding creature would be his. Bill jumped off his horse and ran like the wind after Lightning. Lightning snickered at the man trying to catch him on foot. While the horse was laughing, Bill started to catch up with him. For 4 days and nights, Bill chased the horse from Texas to Montana and back. Although he wasn't even breathing heavily, Lightning was getting tired of this game. So he tried to pin Pecos Bill under his hooves. Before the first hoof touched the ground, Bill had turned a twisting somersault and landed on Lightning's back. Lightning had never had a man on his back before, and he didn't like it. He tried to shake the man off by going at top speed, but Pecos Bill refused to fall off. Lightning bucked every which way, but Bill held on. Then Lightning scraped Bill up against every tree and rock in Texas. Bill was ragged and bleeding, but he hadn't budged an inch. Finally, as Lightning reared up, Pecos Bill leaped off and pinned the horse under his foot. The stallion struggled for a while, but Bill stroked his neck and talked to him in the language of the animals. He said that they were both wild spirits and would have wonderful adventures together. And that's exactly what happened. So this is a fiction passage. It's a tall tale. And let's take a look at the questions, starting with number 7. Read the sentence. So Bill usually did not pay much attention to the conversation in his vicinity. Which of the following sentences from the passage is a context clue for the meaning of vicinity? He just ignored the people around him. It took a while, but Pecos Bill finally stopped missing his coyote family. One day, though, Pecos Bill did pay attention. But there was one thing he couldn't abide, and that was all the talking. The vicinity is the area around him. He ignored the conversation. He did not pay much attention to the conversation in his vicinity. Which of the following sentences contains a simile? That lightning galloped by so fast, he was breathing fire, a cowboy said. Before the first hoof touched the ground, Bill had turned a twisting somersault and landed on Lightning's back. Bill jumped off his horse and ran like the wind after Lightning. Lightning bucked every which way, but Bill held on. The answer is C. If you remember your vocabulary, a simile uses like or as. Why does lightning scrape Pecos Bill against trees and rocks? Lightning wants Pecos Bill to get seriously injured. Lightning is uncomfortable with the feeling of a rider on his back. Lightning remembers that Pecos Bill tried to catch and ride him earlier. Lightning wants to prove how strong he is to Pecos Bill. The reason he scraped him against the rocks and trees, Lightning was not used to a rider. He was used to being wild and running wild. He was uncomfortable with Pecos Bill there, and he was trying to get rid of him, get him off of there. Number 10. Which 3 details should be included in a summary of this tall tale? Now remember, when I see the word summary, I think of the Goldilocks story. It's just right. It's not too broad. It's not too narrow. It's exactly right. And we need 3 sentences to make our summary. Pecos Bill moved to a town to live with other people. That's true. Pecos Bill heard about a fast horse called Lightning. That's true. Pecos Bill chased Lightning for 4 days and 4 nights. That's true. Pecos Bill was able to calm Lightning and convince him that they would have great adventures together. So all of these statements are true, and I need 3 of them to be a summary. Who are the characters in this story? Is it just Pecos Bill? No, it was Pecos Bill and Lightning. So I'm going to choose the 3 sentences that talk about their adventure. B, C, and D. Which theme best fits the tall tale? It might be a struggle, but you can find someone who is just like you. Some people are their own worst enemy. Animals are better alone in the wild. If people around you talk too much, ignore them. This story was about 2 like souls finding each other. Pecos Bill and Lightning were a lot alike, and they found each other and became a team. Number 12. Which inference or what can you figure out about Pecos Bill? He enjoys being bigger, stronger, and tougher than other people. Well, it didn't say that. For all we know, he didn't want to be that kind of person. He may have wanted to fit in. He wishes that he had more friends to talk to. I don't think that's true because it said that he doesn't like the talking. He was not a talker. He likes to travel with lightning between Texas and Montana. We don't know that. It said that he chased lightning to Texas and Montana. But whether or not he enjoyed that, I don't know. He relates more easily to animals than people. He got along fine with lightning, but he didn't like all the talking around him with the people. Which detail best supports that answer that I just marked? There, he got mixed up with some wild fellows and became a cowboy. He overheard something that caused his head to whip around. Human company was even becoming almost tolerable. Bill was ragged and bleeding. So which one of these supports the idea that he preferred animals to people? Well, he said that human company was becoming almost tolerable, but he was immediately interested in the horse. So we can conclude that he related much more easily to the animals than to the people. Also, the fact that he lived with coyotes when he was a youngster would suggest that he got along well with animals. Okay, in the next video, we'll pick up on page 70.